Assalamu alaikum, how are you?
We alaikum al-salam Samir, I'm fine, thank you.
I will talk today about Abu Ubaidah ibn al-Jarrah.
He is a companion and a Muslim leader.
Yes, he was one of the heralds of paradise, one of the first forerunners to Islam. The Prophet's title, Abu Ubaidah, is the secretary of the Ummah.
Yes, where he says that every Ummah has a trustee, and the trustee of this Ummah is Abu Ubaidah.
Not this only. Abu Bakr said on the day of his shed, Banu Usayd, I have accepted for you one of the two men, Amr ibn al-Khattab and Abu Ubaidah. Aslam Abu Ubaidah early stage of the Islamic call, and he migrated during the migration to Habasha and to Medina after that. He was with the Prophet during the Battle of Badr, and he was one of those who remained steadfast in the battlefield when the polytheists surprised them on the day of Uhud.
I know that in the Battle of Uhud the Prophet was injured in his cheeks and the rings entered his honorable face, and no one could take them off. He advanced and asked Abu Bakr to let him do it, and he actually took out the rings with his teeth, but his teeth fell out with them.
During the reign of Abu Bakr, Abu Ubaidah was one of the 4 commanders appointed by Abu Bakr to conquer the Levant. Then he ordered Khalid bin Walid to march from Iraq to the Levant, to lead the Islamic armies that were there. But when Abu Bakr died, then Umar ibn al-Khattab took over the caliphate. He deposed Khalid and appointed Abu Ubaidah and said to Khalid, I appoint the secretary of the Ummah over you. And they succeeded in conquering Damascus and other cities of the Levant.
He was widely acquainted with the Quran and the Sunnah, except that the Hadith books didn't narrate from him except a little because of his preoccupation with conquests.
Abu Ubaidah died in the plague of Emmaus, and when the plague appeared, Umar ibn al-Khattab was coming to him, so he stopped and was confused as to whether he should enter the Muslims or return to al-Madinah. After discussion, Abd-Rahman ibn Auf come out to them and said, heard the Prophet said, if the plague enters a country, don't leave it, and let no one enter it. When he fell ill and became very tired, Umar ibn al-Khattab wrote to him to come to him, but he refused and said to him, I am with Muslims, I know what you want, which is God's judgment. Omar know that he will die.
One of the most beautiful things he said, when his illnesses become severe, he stood up to address the people and said, O people, this disease is mercy for you and the supplication of your Prophet and the death of the righteous before you, and asked God for luck from him. Then he died.
Just talking about these, I am happy, how I wish I was one of them.